Good morning, Pickwaxen students and parents. It is time for our third edition of the Monday Morning Mantras.
Yes, and it's our third week of distance learning, and oh, how we miss your faces.
So to get things started, I'm going to go and do my normal PowerPoint thing. Before we do that, just wanted to let you know that we are now using Teams to record our videos because just like you all and the teachers, we want to learn Teams so we can navigate through it. So we are going to get that set up now. I'm going to share my screen, just like your teachers are probably doing similar things on theirs. And let me share that. And Miss Truzel, do you see the first screen?
Sure do. Reading Monday Morning Mantras with Pico Panther Positive Points. Episode 3 with Miss Truesdale and
Mr. Marcioni. All right, so hopefully this time it works. All right, so we're going to go into our first slide. And this is actually kind of following up from last week. We want to thank our students who did our survey last week. That survey is going to help us help you. So we're going to have another link in our email again this week with this video. So for those students that have not done the survey, we do ask that you do complete the survey. For students that filled it out already, we know that some of you wanted some help with some Apex questions. We're going to answer some things on this video. And then some of you had some concerns regarding stress. I know we covered that in our first video, but we're also going to be covering that in future videos. So again, for those of you that did not fill it out, please go ahead and click on the link in the video email and fill out that survey. Okay, Ms. Truesdale, do you see the next slide?
yes, so this right here, this slide is showing week 3 of Apex Learning Guides. You should have received this by your teachers at some point today. We first have the 6th grade week 3 all set up there with how they do the checklist so you can check everything off each day that you're doing. We have the 7th grade where it's laid out for you to check off each one as well as you're doing it. And then on the next slide.
Okay. Should be there.
It is not there, but I can keep going.
Keep going.
It is the 8th grade
Mm-hmm.
checklist, and that way you can check off as you're going there as well. What I've found very helpful is we take the time to write down each one because I don't have a printer, and we check them off as we go in our little notebook.
Okay. And I'm going to go to the next slide now. Ms. Truesdale, are you seeing the slide for proofs?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So this is this is for our 8th grade parents. That's why this particular video is for parents and students. So for our 8th grade parents, we know some of you might have had some issues with uploading your proofs for your 8th grader going into 9th grade. So this kind of gives you directions of where you can go on the Charles County website to find the instructions and what to do with proofs. So go to the website, go to the parents tab, and then scroll down till you see the screen up on our screen here. In addition, we're going to include a link on the email, which is up in the kind of top rightish corner. And you can click on that link and it'll take you right to directions that were shared with us by Ms. Jones, our PPW. Okay. And then you want to add Ms. Truesdale as a parent?
No, just make sure you get them in. I'm with you guys. I still have to submit my proofs as well.
All right. Okay. Do you see the next slide? I hope. Cross my fingers.
I sure do. It's our weekly schedule for Microsoft Teams. We want to keep reiterating right now, this is optional. We totally understand that there may be conflicts with having more than one student in each household needing to get on and check things out. And so with that being said, looking at this schedule, you can see on Monday when the related arts teachers will be on, then you have math and science. And during that time, teachers will only be on for about 30 minutes, and their lesson is going to be something that helps towards what you're learning in Apex at that time. And that's why these are optional. They're just to help you do better in the Apex learning and get a little bit of something from your teacher. Some teachers have already gone live where you can chat with them. Reminder, all school rules still apply. You must be appropriate in the chat rooms with the teachers. So that goes for language. If you're being able to be seen on the camera, make sure that you're being appropriate there as well. We want to keep reiterating that because many students are thinking that since this is distance learning and they're not actually in the building, that there won't be consequences. Reminder, this is considered school time, school technology, so school rules apply, and you don't want to be getting yourself in trouble during these very traumatic times as it is. So do yourself a favor and your family a favor, be appropriate.
And the good thing is, from what I understand, is the teachers, even though they're going to be doing it live, they're going to be saving those live lessons on the team. So if you can't get it to it, let's say between 10 and 11 for related arts on Mondays, then you can go back to it later and watch the actual lesson later on. So
yes, they will be recording them. I know some teachers, like during the lesson, the recording didn't happen or something may happen that way. But yes, they will be recording them so students can access them later. Also great that maybe you forgot something that was said and you just need to go back and double check it again. So, and they're using PowerPoints.
And remember that your teachers are learning teams just like we are learning teams and you're learning teams. So there's going to be little hiccups along the way. Mm-hmm. All right. So we know that you all have devices. Some of you might have been having some device issues. Maybe your computer's not fast enough. Maybe you're having some issues with the internet at home. Let us know. Let Ms. Struzel and myself know if you're having issues with your devices at home. Of course, the county is encouraging all students to be online. But if you're having an issue with your computer and you need another one, maybe from the school, let us know and we'll see what we can do to help you out.
That also applies to if you're a big family. And we know how hard it is if you have multiple children trying to use the same device. And maybe you're now working from home and you have to use your device as well. And maybe there's 4 of you trying to share one laptop or computer. Please let us know. We can help you sign up to hopefully get another device to make your life a little easier and make it a little more functional in your house.
On a side note, I love the picture with the pig with the 4 pigs on top. I just have to say that. Okay, so we were talking recently with the staff about Wi-Fi hotspots in the area for those people that don't have internet access to home and need to go someplace else to get access. Of course, you've already heard that Pickawaxon has a Wi-Fi hotspot right out front of the building. So if you drive there, you can do it from your car. Also, local libraries have Wi-Fi hotspots, so you can use them as well. Various fast food establishments like Chick-fil-A and McDonald's. I know I live down in the King George area, and the McDonald's down here has Wi-Fi always on. Or the Thunderbird Hotel, Motel has Wi-Fi there as well. So I'm not sure if other motels do, but we know for sure that Thunderbird definitely does. Any place else you can think of, or is that pretty much it that we know of?
That's what I know of off the top of my head. But all good places to be checked out if you need them. Okay, now, Mr. Marcioni, I know you've clicked to show more slides. Once again, my screen, oh, it finally came up, the packet work.
Okay.
It's a little slow, but that shows you how technology can be. So with the packet work, if you are working out of packets, you must keep those packets in a safe place. We're not collecting any of them at this time we just need to make sure that everyone's staying safe so we're not transmitting anything back and forth. And so once we get the direction on when the packets will be turned in, we will let you know. So keep them in a safe place. New packets are available for pickup starting on Friday. They'll also be available this week as well. Make sure you get in and get them. You don't want them to run out or you miss that opportunity. But I also want to say just one more time, the county is really wanting everyone, if you have access to be online, we know everyone doesn't, but if you do, you should really be getting online, especially for teams, because you're getting extra opportunity to actually talk to your teachers and get that direction on learning. And Apex actually lets you see your grades right away to know how you're doing. So if you can get on, we highly suggest it.
And even if you are doing packets, and I think you kind of said this, but you make sure that even if you are doing packets, still try to get on Teams and see what the teachers are doing on Teams. So
their lessons will help you through the packets and Apex.
Exactly. Okay, so this is something I'm very excited about. The counselors in Charles County, because some of our schools actually had their career days set for right around now. And unfortunately, because of that, they had to cancel their career day. So being that we, as Pickawaxon, we had our career day already, we helped out. Some of our presenters, a few of them, are presenters for this virtual career day. But this is going to be countywide for middle schools. It's a virtual career day where there's a link in the email we sent you that you can actually click on that link. then go to the menu and you'll see all different types of categories from writers, government jobs, other things. And they have about 60 or so videos of different people going over their career and certain questions that we ask them. So we definitely encourage you to go on there. It's a fun website to go on and see different videos. There's actually one of the local meteorologists is actually on there, and you get the little tour of his house and see where he's kind of setting up and doing his news broadcast in the morning. And my own personal little input here is that what my cousin, who is a writer, he wrote for that show with Jim Carrey, I forget the name of it. And also he wrote for Sesame Street for like 15, 20 years, did a video as well. So look for him. His last name is Mazzarino. But look for the link, click on the link, and get involved, look around, see what kind of careers are out there that you might have an interest in virtually. You might see one or two, again, like I said before, presenters that you already had earlier this year because they helped out as well.
And one thing we want to make sure to note is that please do not share this link through social media, because this is for Charles County students only. And so we just want to make sure that this is what people signed up for, was our Charles County students only. We want to make sure that we are treating them with respect and not sharing it for the whole world.
Right. So you're on the honor system here, but please be respectful of what they've agreed to. All right. Well, we're down to the end of our third Monday morning mantra. It's time now for the Pico Pledge.
With my words and actions, I pledge to be
respectful,
responsible, safe, and proud. And remember, you can't hide that Pico pride.
I was waiting for you to say the attendance thing, but you didn't do it this time.
Nah.
Thank you all very much. Have a great week. If you have any questions about anything we just went over, feel free to email us. We still have the same email address, and of course, we have the Google Voice number that we've been using in the past. All right, I'm going to switch it. So before we get out, I'm going to unshare so they can see us again in full face.
And remember, make sure you get all your work done for this week.
And pay attention. One last thing I'm going to add real fast. Pay attention to your teacher's emails today, well, Friday, because they're going to actually give you all that information regarding you. Because even though we posted it on here, there might be some adjustments. So make sure you're paying attention to what the teacher emailed you as far as what your guide is for the week. All right. Thank you all. Have a great week.